Good morning, everybody. I am coming to you this morning from the city of Fox Lake, Illinois. It is at this location that we're going to check out all of the trails here at Chain of Lake State Park. So according to the map, we are right here. We're sort of in the middle here. We have access to all of the 4 trails from right here. We're going to be heading up this hill this way, which apparently is the Badger Trail. And that will connect to the Goldfinch Trail up here. And then we're going to backtrack, and then we're going to check out the Cattail Trail, which heads towards the entrance over this way. And then start checking out the Sunset Trail, which looks like it branches off in a couple spots over here. So I'm expecting a ride in the realm of 8 miles with all of the backtracking here. As I mentioned, I've never ridden the trails here, so super excited to check these out. I attempted a ride here last fall, but I learned upon pulling in that the entire state park was closed due to hunting. I just want to show you guys where I parked. I parked in the picnic area over here where it says Deerpath. There's a parking in here, so that's where I parked. The trail continues on this way and right over through here. Then you can make a left or a right. Let me show you that on the map. For reasons we'll discuss later, you may notice I'm not actually on the Cynical Zombie bike today. I'm on my Rad Mini. This is the step-through version 2. So when I ride the Mini, I'm riding way lighter than I normally ride when I'm out doing a video on the Cynical Zombie bike, which is always set up for touring. So I don't have my saddlebags, I don't have my drone with me, but apparently that didn't matter because as I pulled in the car, I did see a no drones allowed sign anyway. The best thing about this bike here is that it folds. So I could actually fold this bike and throw it in my sedan because otherwise I couldn't bring my Rad Rover with me with the sedan. Another thing you'll notice, I'm not wearing my hat, I'm wearing my helmet, and that's mainly because I don't have a 360 mount on this. So I do have a mount on my helmet, basically for Bike to Drive every year. So I'm just gonna wear the helmet so I could get some 360 footage so I could use that in editing. Let's check it out on AllTrails here. So on my AllTrails map, I have all 4 of the trails on here. And it looks like, according to this, we're headed right here towards the white one, which is the Badger Trail. So let's get started. Wow, that very quickly opens up to a real nice view here as we approach the Badger Trail. So I think we're just gonna head down this way here. Looks like when it connects to the Goldfinch Trail, we'll just hang a right there and kind of do both sides of the loop back on the way down. Well, we've made it to the Osprey Outlook over here. Well, one of the things I really like about this state park so far is there's maps everywhere, so I don't think you're ever going to get lost here, which is good. So we're up here right now, and they have like a little sheltered picnic area here. And if you go this way, there's some water, but this is not Fox Lake or Fox River. All right, so we've made it to yet another lookout area. We're right up here, right at the top. The map here shows that you are here, but there actually isn't a red dot here, but we are basically around the F and the Fox River. So here is one of the opportunities you get to actually see the Fox River. Just a little bit ago, we saw a pontoon boat going down here. Very cool, very calm. All right, so we made it to the Chain of Lake State Park Visitor Center office here, but apparently they no longer use this building. So this building's currently closed. So according to the sign over here, all the park information is at the front of the park at the gatehouse. So keep that in mind here. Another overlook here. This one really overlooks. Yeah, it really sucks that you can't fly a drone here, because this would be a really good spot to get a really good shot since you're already elevated at this point. All right, so we made it back here. We're right at the bottom of the Badger Trail and the Goldfinch Trail. Both of these are now complete. So up next, we're gonna hop on the Cattail Trail, which heads right towards the gatehouse and back, very close to where I parked over here. And then we're gonna check out the Sunset Trail. Let's talk about trail quality. So as far as the trail quality on both of the trails we've ridden at this point, there are spots with a ton of water damage. And in some of those spots, they're gonna put very loose gravel. And in other spots, they're putting like a very fine, more like a sand. So be aware of that. While this does have fat tires, these are actually street tires on the Mini. So not the best tires to be riding through the last couple trails, but it definitely got the job done.
It's intermission time, folks. So hurry, hurry, hurry. Step right over to our refreshment center.
So to address some questions I've received from some of you guys, I might as well fill you in on what's going on.
As I mentioned before I got started on this ride, I'm not riding the Cynical Zombie bike. The reason for that is I couldn't get the Cynical Zombie bike to the state park. Back in June, we took a trip to Green Bay to ride a couple of the trails there. It was during that trip that we realized the SUV was having some mechanical issues. That led to some appointments with mechanics, and then later deciding that we needed to replace the car. So we were basically out of an SUV for like 5 or 6 weeks. Unfortunately, that meant I went from 4 rides ahead to being behind. But now finally, we are back up and running. But it did put a big gap in this summer that we weren't expecting.
And now, on with the show.
Well, I was having a hard time trying to figure out exactly where the beginning of this trail was, but basically we parked over here. So if you come up the way I just did, you'll see you pass right by a restroom, and then you come up with a branch of trails over this way, and that is this intersection where the red dot is. So we're gonna head this way. This should be the Cattail Trail. We'll head to the gatehouse and then make our way back. All right, so we've made it all the way to the end of the Cattail Trail. That comes out right here, basically at the main entrance. Here's the main gate right here. You could ride on the park roads. I've seen several bikes do that. There's one right up this way here. These signs here all say 15-minute parking only. Otherwise, this would actually be a decent spot to start the trail from, although you're not gonna be able to do the trails in 15 minutes. Well, that does it for the Cattail Trail. All that's left at this point is the Orange Sunset Trail, 1.7 miles, and looks like there's a couple branches we'll check out. So let's check out the Sunset Trail. So for those who live in the Chicagoland area, well, you're definitely aware we've had a lot of severe weather recently.
All of Cook County under tornado warning right now.
I can't recall this ever happening as a meteorologist here in Chicago, to have the entire county. But not only that, what's really alarming is that we are finding so many areas of circulation, and then we're looking at velocity, we're looking at the correlation coefficient, we're looking at the debris signatures, and there's tornadoes touching down. We could have a half dozen tornadoes touching down at the same time along this line here as it continues to march to the east. So everyone right now needs to get to their safe place.
This tree is the first trail blockage that I've seen. So one so far. It's not so bad. Hopefully this is the only one, and it looks like people are already making their way around that way. So we'll attempt that. All right, so we came out right here, right by the campground in Turner Lake. There's a bunch of campers. I see some campgrounds over this way. But the trail stops right here, so we're gonna backtrack towards that playground and check out the other branch of the trail. All right, so we basically made it to the end of the trail. I mean, technically, it would end over here. Looks like mile marker 0.0 of the orange trail. So at this point, it looks like we're very near the Fox River. I see there's a boat launch right there. They're getting a pontoon boat in or out. Over here they have restrooms, garbage cans. I see some picnic tables. I don't see anything sheltered here, but they do have a store inside. It says bait and tackle, food, rentals, camping supplies, firewood, ice. So that's good. All right, so that does it for the trails here at Channel Lake State Park. There is definitely a ton of work they could do on getting these trails nice and smooth. There's definitely a bunch of water damage still in a ton of spots in this trail. But only one down tree. We've had a lot of storms too, so that's not too bad. Let me know what you think of the trails in the comments below. If you are familiar with this area and you know it's somewhere I should go the next time I'm here, definitely let me know. As always, if you enjoy this content, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. It definitely helps the channel grow. If you're interested in supporting this channel and helping us get to more trails, please consider a super thanks. And that's all I got today from Channel Lake State Park. I'll catch you on the next ride.
Do you have a trail recommendation for me? Let me know in the comments below.